Welcome again to this edition of Power Nuggets. We still continue with our topic on how to respond to a prophecy. Another way of responding to a prophecy is by submitting yourself. Submission is very, very important. When you receive a prophetic word, you need to learn to submit. You need to learn to come to a place where you are telling God, let it be to me according to your will. Why? Because the word that comes does not come from you. It comes from God. And the one that is giving has to be submitted to God in order to bring it the way God has commanded it to come. So when you submit yourself to God, you're telling God, I am submitted. Please do with me as you will. This is the prayer that Mary did when the angel came to her, and the angel told her, you know what? You will give birth to a son. And this son is going to be called Jesus. And this son is going to save the whole world. At that time, Mary had plans. Mary had already been betrothed to a man called Joseph. And Mary was ready for her marriage. But because the angel came and gave her this prophecy, she said, let it be to me. I'm your servant according to your will. Let it be to me as you have purposed. I want to encourage you today. Sometimes a prophetic word will come your way, and the prophecy, you will look like maybe what God is saying in the prophecy is disrupting your work, is disrupting your thing, is disrupting your career. For example, a prophetic word comes your way and you're being told you need to transition and get into business. You need to start doing business. And then you start figuring out, how is it going to be? Why is God coming to disrupt my comfort? But that is what the prophetic word comes. Sometimes it comes to take the comfort away from you. And all what you need to do is to submit. God, if you want me to do business and get into business, then I'm willing. So you submit. And in your submission, guess what? God begins to do great things. Submission is the currency of heaven. Submission is what gives you the backing of heaven. God does not move with men and women who are not submitted. He moves with people who are not submitted. Did you know it is submission that will also help you to accept what God is saying? I have seen people who have disdained and looked down on the prophetic word that has come because the one who brought it, they thought he's a junior prophet than me. This is a junior person than me. I am high in the spiritual ranks. How can he bring this word? I am better than them. And at the end of the day, guess what? It didn't go well with them. It's important for you to know, regardless of a vessel, submit, because it takes submission for you to accept a prophetic word from someone that you might think is lesser than you. It takes submission for you to accept a prophetic word that you think is taking away comfort from you. It takes submission for you to receive a prophetic word that is a rebuke. Sometimes the prophetic word comes with some rebuke instructions in it, and it will take you to do what? To submit. So I want to encourage you today. Please learn to submit. When you receive a prophet, submit. When you receive a prophetic word, submit. Why? Because submission is the command of heaven. Every time and again, as the word comes, learn to live in submission. I speak this to you with a lot of humility because God wants you to submit. Anytime pride comes, that pride will destroy the prophetic word. But if you want the fulfillment of your prophecies, work in submission. It means even if you're told something that you feel is lifting you higher, please submit. Don't get to a place where you're haughty. Don't get to a place where you think you're better than your pastor. You know, it was prophesied, I'm going to have a great ministry, so you think you're better. No, submit. Live in submission. Regardless of the prophetic word that you have received, no man is able to make it without being accountable. You have to live in submission. You have to live knowing that you need to submit. Jesus said you have to do this to fulfill the scriptures. Why? Because submission is the key. God bless you, and submit as you enjoy your prophecies.